Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. I can't see myself. Oh, here I am. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Today we are playing something super exciting. I have Jason from Cardboard Utopia here to talk about his game Children of Zodiarcs. I'll let him introduce himself, the team, and I guess the game in a second. You guys don't know, I'm Victoria, community manager for Kitfox, and if you have any questions at all throughout the stream, pop them in chat. Jason will probably answer it because I don't really know the game that well. I will soon discover it. And yeah, so I guess, do you want to just start off, Jason?
Yeah. So, hello. So Children of Zodiarcs, it's the first game from our studio. Our studio is called Cardboard Utopia. We actually shared an office for a little while, like about a year, I guess, with Kitfox. So we're here in Montreal as well. And so yeah, our first game. This is a tactical role-playing game, a la something like Final Fantasy Tactics, Shining Force, Tactics Ogre type of thing, but mixed with collectible cards and craftable dice. So what this means is that all of your your characters, it takes place in standard grid-based combat. All of your characters, they all their abilities, all their attacks and spells are executed through cards that they have. And then this is where it kind of follows more traditional collectible card game, where each character, they have a deck that you go into the deck builder, you build your deck, and they'll randomly draw cards from their deck to use their attacks. And whenever they do an attack, whenever they use that card, they will be you're going to be then rolling dice, and they're actually symbol-based dice. They're not numeric-based dice. So there's no binary pass fail type of thing. But the symbols, each of the symbols have a different effect of trigger special abilities, heal you a bit, do extra damage, give you extra cards. So when you roll the dice, many different outcomes can happen depending on the dice that you have. And it does kind of make it sound like that there is there's this aspect of there's a lot of randomness to the game. But it's actually it's a randomness, a luck that you actually influence, because all right, this happened, but doesn't mean it needs to stay that way. When you roll the dice, when you roll the dice, you're able to then pick up a couple of those dice and re-roll them in order to get a certain outcome, increase your chances of getting that outcome. And the dice that you have, you may not be happy with the symbols that are on it, so you can, when you do battles, you're going to be collecting dice, and you're able to then equip them on your different heroes of dice of different configurations of symbols and different strengths, and so you customize your character and increase your odds of getting certain outcomes that way. And then you're also able to use all those extra dice that you've collected and use them as components to craft your dice, to change the symbols themselves that are on the dice that you have. So, so there's a lot of experimentation that can come out, a lot of customization that the player can do with your deck building, your dice equipping, and your dice crafting. And it's been we've been working on the game for a few years now. We had a Kickstarter that was very successful back in January last year, and the game is coming out in less than a month. It's coming out on July. Yeah, I know, it's fast approaching.
The pressure.
Yeah, no. Pressure.
You might cry.
So we're coming out on July 18. We're gonna be launching on we're launching on Steam and PS4. We're working on a Mac version right now. We're hoping to get it out at the same time, but it'll probably be a bit later. And we'll also be on. We're also working out the details of hopefully getting onto GOG. So we'll see about that.
That'd be cool. Yeah. So I kind of just started the story already because I really want to play. I'm not gonna
sure.
lie.
No problem.
And hello, DD Rossler.
Hey, DD.
I think I've like managed to destroy everyone's like username every time they say hi. I can never pronounce it. Okay, so I guess just in case, for people who just missed the intro a little bit, what is a Zodiarc?
So a Zodiarc is Zodiarcs are is technology that was brought to this planet that the gameplay takes place on, Loomis, by the heralds of a sister planet, Umbra, and they were able to open a gate between their two worlds, and they brought a lot of technology over, and it's this like it's kind of like a very magical, religious, very worshipped technology. And then when the heralds came over, they were heavily worshipped. There's a lot of religion in the world based around this, and yeah, so like essentially like the Zodiarcs are like super advanced, like kind of like they're powered by shards from the Black Mirror, and they are like as if like future magic technology were brought to medieval England type of thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Also, I just want to appreciate this guy's like magenta lip color here. Very cool. You got my name, don't worry, better than most people. Okay, I'm good, DD Rossler. I'm trying. Okay. Neat. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Ooh. Oh, I like this.
Oh yeah, spin,
yes,
spin. Yeah.
Oh, I did. Okay, well.
You chose your direction.
Oh well.
Yeah. So the direction you face is a tactical choice, because you need to protect your back from being attacked.
Well. Yeah. I gave him my back, so.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's still the tutorial level, so it's alright.
It's true. I've failed tutorial levels before, weirdly enough, so let's hope that doesn't happen here. Spin to win? Yes, spin to win. Yeah, so I guess one of the biggest questions right now is just what inspired you to make Zodiarcs, because it is such a unique game with like so many different aspects to it. Like what really like drove you to like, what gave you the idea, I guess, for this?
Yeah, well, the inspiration really comes from a few different sources. One is it really started off with board games. I mean, naturally, you can kind of see the board game influence in this, where specifically the board game Arkham Horror, so the H.P. Lovecraft game by Fantasy Flight. Well, they own it now, and Dominion, the deck building game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like because like with Arkham Horror, like we were playing it. This was several years ago, like playing it off of recommendations from other people, and it was a very interesting game. Like, but it was not a very fun game. Like, I understand that's the point of it. The purpose of the game is heavily about struggle and overcoming the odds, and the whole Lovecraftian thing of like that humans are insignificant in the face of all the cosmos, and there's nothing you can do about it. But of course, since it's a game, you kind of need an avenue to win. It's like that was the experience of it, and it was not really an experience that that I found very enjoyable. I understand people do enjoy that, and that's totally fine, but that's not what I want to get out of a game. But the problem is that like I loved the game mechanics. Like I loved the idea of being able to like there's still a lot of randomness in the game, but you have a hand in that randomness. You can influence it by like using a weapon that. Good job, DD. Number one.
Oh, DD, thank you for the 100 bits. That's so nice. This makes me your biggest fan now. You can be our biggest fan now. You're the top tier. Also, I'm having a lot of fun with these dice physics as you talk. If you probably noticed while I was talking, while you were talking, I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, like, I mean, and the physics-based stuff was, like, a really big goal. Because, like, the experience of rolling dice is such a very fun one, especially when you're, like, rolling, like, a giant handful of dice all at once. Like, the sound of it, like, when everything rolls out. But also the fact that, we, as humans, we try to find a lot of, try to see things that are not there. We apply a lot of superstition and ritual to randomness. So, like, you know, like any D&D player will tell you that they have a ritual with rolling their dice, or that they'll, you know, if I roll it a certain way, I'll like chuck it underhand and it hits my player manual, it's going to be a way better result. So even though that stuff doesn't matter, but we enjoy it, and we feel more attached to the outcome. So I really wanted to capture that feeling instead of like just a random number generator or things like that. So kind of going back, so I love the mechanics of Arkham Horror, and I love the fact that the surprise that could come out of the result of what it's going to be, but you can also influence the results by adding more, using a weapon, adding more dice to your roll, or like when you buy items, you draw 3 items and then you pick one, so it's like a tough choice. And so we really wanted to get that feeling. Then the other inspiration was on the kind of the form that the game took was tactical games, tactical RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics, Shining Force, like I said earlier, because like we're just kind of thinking that, you know, we really want to play those games, but the new stuff that's out now just doesn't have that same kind of feeling of like being able to be creative and but still very tactical and strategic and things. So it was kind of like, all right, not many of these games are coming out, so let's make one, and that was it. And then so that's how the basis of this game came together. No, exactly. Yeah, and like Final Fantasy Tactics was a big inspiration, and not inspiration in terms of like mechanics, like, because, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics has the job system, which is a huge part of the game, but more about the experience of like the very deep, complex story, the fun in like choosing your abilities, the fun in like you know, just the general tactical gameplay, and the positioning and height advantage and things like that. And so like that was the reason why Children of Zodiarcs is in the tactical RPG genre. Yeah.
I am enjoying this.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Skewers a 1.
Yes, more dice rolling. Yeah, I have to say, honestly, this is real. I just like dice rolling. It makes it real fun. I still own Advanced on G-Ray. Yeah, man, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I have that one as well. I never played 8-2 though. All right, excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think. Oh wait. I guess before we like get more into it, do you want to just introduce the team behind the game too?
Yeah. No, definitely. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. So we're Cardboard Utopia, like at the peak of Cause's development, we were about 8 employees, I think. So there's me, there's Denis, the lead programmer, was the first to join the team. Then there was Axel Baldoni, who started off as a game design intern, but then once he finished school, we hired him. And yeah, he did all the levels of the game. And there is also Samuel Daer. He's our design director of the studio. I mean, when he joined on, I was able to just hand off a lot of all the design work to him and just do direction at that point. Because, I mean, he's really good at it, and it just has really great insight. And then there's in our 3D artist Michael. It was kind of funny, as if anyone's a Final Fantasy fan, a Final Fantasy VII fan. Michael used to work for Shinra, so actually true, because there was Shinra Technologies here in Montreal developing special tech. So he was our artist there, and then we have Kemi. He's our programmer that joined on. He worked with I forget the studio name. Nuts. I think it was a studio in Belgium. Then there's Erica. She's the art director for this game. So she did all the UI and figuring out the direction, establishing the look and feel of all the 2D assets, doing all the lighting of the game. And then Erica's actually the artist on Shrouded Isle that's being worked on right now. We have then we have Andre. She's come in and she's taking care of a lot of the communication and administrative stuff, and great for helping us figure out situations. And she also goes and shows the game off at shows a lot. She was actually at E3. Because we were showing the game off at E3. We were part of the Dell booth, and she was in London March, I guess, there for the EGX Rezzed there. Because one thing I didn't mention is that as of I think December or November, Children of Zodiarcs is published by Square Enix Collective. That even Moonhunters has a relationship with them. Kitfox, since Moonhunters was first announced on their Square Enix Collective platform, and then Moonhunters was also supported by Square Enix Collective during their Kickstarter campaign. So it's really funny. We're actually following a lot of steps of Kitfox. So because sorry.
No, sorry, you're on.
Oh yeah. I mean Tanya and Sin, Mike and Jongwoo were. The start of Kitfox was part of Execution Labs, an indie accelerator incubator here in Montreal, and 2 years later, we were in Execution Labs during the end of our first year in being active, and then they went with they had Moonhunters was up on Square Enix Collective, and then there was Kickstarter that our Children of Zodiarcs under a different name back then was on Square Enix Collective platform, and then with them through Kickstarter. And then we shared an office and we're friends and everything like that. So it's actually very funny. It's very funny the trajectory that Cardboard Utopia has had, and that how much it follows Kitfox. And I mean, honestly, there's not a better studio to look up to. Because Kitfox is awesome. They're great group of people. They're really smart and really talented, and they make awesome games, and they make a lot of good decisions. And so what more do you want?
Well, this game is
awesome. Maybe yes. Hey, cool. Well,
hello,
Dranmarth.
Oh, looks amazing. Releases on your birthday. You should. You should pick it up as a birthday present to yourself. Really. It's cute. Hey guys, I was wondering who did sound effects and music on this.
Okay, so all the audio was done by Vibe Avenue. They're a local studio, audio studio here in Montreal. They worked on a lot of different games in Montreal, like Ultimate Chicken Horse, Leap of Fate, Live Lock, the Double Stallion stuff of like Big Action Mega Fight. I think they did OKKO's audio as well. Like it's a great group of guys. Yeah, no one take that title away from Didi.
It's okay. It's your title, Didi. You have the top tier on the top of the chat. Everyone will know. You're the
I see
fan.
it. That's a cool feature. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's a kind of it's not that recent. I think it was a few months ago.
Okay. Yeah, we used to stream regularly every week, but I mean production picked up, so it's like I can't do it anymore.
No, I know.
But we're trying to pick it up again, or at least see how we want to approach it. But yeah, like it's kind of funny how we got working with Vibe Avenue started. Like I was talking about it, our game, cause on some of the local forums here in Montreal, the indie stuff, and you know, it was a tactical JRPG type game, and at one of the like IGDA meeting, I think here in Montreal, they actually one of their founders, FX, he hunted me down, and then he's like, "Hey, you're working on that game, aren't you? I want to work with you. I want to work on this game. The art looks cool, and it sounds really interesting, and I've always wanted to work on a JRPG." So yeah, and like we started talking. Like, I mean, they were really cool group there, FX and SU, and like they gave us a sample. Like okay, let us do a sample of music so you can kind of get an idea of what we could do. And the whole idea was that they would do FX was going to compose like a 1 minute piece. When I went to go meet them afterward, FX went and did like 3 or 4 pieces. Like the guy went nuts, and like he really got into it and working on it. So it was very much like, oh man, like yeah, these, like, first off, the stuff was awesome. It was really good. And like they had this passion for it that like that was like just yes, these guys, they not only are they great, but like they're just so into this project as well. Yeah, so it was a very awesome pairing. Like super happy with the music they've done. Like it's really awesome, a lot of fun to listen to, and like it really adds a lot to the game, and like in the way that was kind of perfect, like exactly what we imagined the soundscape being.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, everything's like working really well together. These character portraits. I've already found my favorite.
Which one?
No.
Pester? Nami? Okay.
Oh, he's so cute. She's just a sweet, pure girl, but not really.
Not really. Yeah, she's okay with killing people.
Yeah, you know, as one should be. No,
No,
wait,
that's just it. That's just it. Yeah, like these 3D cutscenes, the scripted cutscenes, we actually weren't going to get those at first. It was going to just be like text dialogue over like generic background, but our programmer Denis kind of went a bit nuts and you know, really wanted to push it, and so he developed that system, and it was like so awesome, like that it adds. We were worried about story delivery because like the narrative is a super important part of because like our writer Damien, he like we've been talking a lot, building the world together, and he does really great stuff. Like this, like at least I'm probably biased, but I find this script like very funny, very touching, very like endearing and everything, and very charming. Yeah, and one thing I actually wanted to mention about our team is that we're actually a bunch of like veterans from the industry, of like working in AAA and things. For example, Denis, our programmer, has been working in games for like 20 some odd years. He was shipping games on the PS1. Sam, who was a lead game designer at Ubisoft Montreal, of like working in the industry for like 9 years before he joined Cardboard Utopia, and working also at some other indie studios. Like Michael's been working since in the industry since like the GBA days. Yeah, and then like Erica was coming from a big background of like a lot of indie stuff, a lot of like her own like artwork and like her own following that's generated, which is super cool. And then me, I worked at Ubisoft Montreal as well. Like actually a bunch of us worked on the same project. Denis and I, we were both leads together. He left, and then I left like a month earlier, like not planned, but then we ran into each other at an IGDA event, International Game Developer Association event, and and like Damien worked at Silicon Knights and Rockstar, and UE Montreal as well.
Wow.
And between us, we've worked, like, between all of us, like, we've worked on a lot of big projects, like Damien with Eternal Darkness, and Bully and Warriors, others of us on, like, Assassin's Creed games, and, like, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six, and, just, like, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff we've worked on, so...
impressive, like, list of games.
No, I mean, it's been very, we've been very fortunate in like the people that we've had join the team and everything. So it's been super cool.
Good. Nami DLC for Moon Hunters. Their portraits look like they're from Moon Hunters almost. No, that'd be cool if we had like a Nami DLC though.
Yeah, like that'd be cool to see the the characters rendered in Sin's style.
Yes.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh man, so many talented artists, and I can't draw at all. So every time I see like Sin doing something or like Erica doing something for the Shrouded Isle, I'm like, amazing. It's magic. It's definitely magic.
Yeah. No, I totally know what you mean. Like watching like an expert like that work is like so interesting and so fascinating. Like, oh wow, those look like scribbles, and oh no, it's an actual discernible face and character, and they're gesturing. I get the emotion that's going on.
I know, and they just know where to put shadows and like highlights and things. It's like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh no, I had a question that I completely. Oh yes. I guess then with such a heavy like AAA background, like how did you find like that transition or the difference between AAA and indie?
Switching from AAA to indie, it was a big shock in a way. Like some things like I mean I can only speak for myself, but I've been preparing to and thinking about going indie for like years before I actually ended up leaving and starting this thing. But like. It was, I knew it would be hard work of, like, starting a company, but, like, I ended up being insanely overwhelmed that bringing in Andre to help me and take over a lot of that stuff, make the decisions and such, it was so helpful to have. But, like, some of the bigger positive changes outside of the obvious of like, hey, we're no longer making a game based off of a franchise or focus testing or analytics or from what the head management in a different country is saying. Like, as a team, we're driving this game. And so that's been like, it's just a super satisfying, rewarding feeling that to have this be people playing it and enjoy it. Like the reception's been really amazing. But like the kind of thing that I didn't expect was, and like how impactful it would be, was just how close we now get to be with the with the gamers, with the community, of like, yeah, now we can talk to them and directly talk to them. We can actually solicit feedback at a more like critical stage. We can and just share stories with them. They share stories with us about like how they've been taking the game and things like that, and like going to shows like PAX or a lot of the local Montreal stuff, meeting people, seeing them like repeatedly, event after event, like, and building a relationship with people. It's been like really cool, like, and it is like something that I didn't really realize so much that was lacking for me in my experience as a developer. As like, I'm sitting in my office or I'm sitting at my desk with like 200 other people on the floor in like a 6-story building, and it's just like, yeah, no, man, like this is we're not just making games, putting it out there, and then that's where it stops. Like, no, we get to be a part of the other end of things, and like, just be involved in like the full aspect of game development, of like of the production of a game, the creation of something that you care about. So that's been like a super cool thing. And the other aspect is also pressure. Is never anything that I've had to like. There's certain aspects I never had to think about, of like expectations and such. Because like, yeah, working on like Assassin's Creed, like you have a certain disconnect from it. Because like, at least for me, I wasn't the creative director. I wasn't the executive producer. I'm not the one making the decisions. I have my own hand in it, but ultimately, like, it's kind of easy to feel that whatever feedback, good or bad, is not necessarily mine. But with this, like, yeah, just so much that we're down there and listening to people, talking with people. Everything they say is about the work that we directly have done. And so, like, the good and the bad, you kind of need to be careful. I've learned about how you take it. Like, if you like just take anything, like all the good stuff, and just put it on a pedestal, you're going to be kind of blinded to some of the realities, and you're more likely to get knocked down when something bad or bad feedback comes up. But you still need to appreciate it and like kind of still step back and be like, that's super cool that this thing that we believed in, other people believe in it, and they are enjoying it as much as we do. And then with the negative, that you can't just shut it out. It's so easy to just like rationalize it all away. Like, oh, this guy's never played the game. Like, oh, he's not a fan anyways. But then you're also you're putting yourself in a bubble in the other way of like not taking criticism, and that's a super important thing. Because like, I mean, for the most part, even if criticism is not delivered in a constructive way, there's usually something constructive you can take away from it. So it's important to keep that in mind and to still listen to negative feedback. But then there's also, you need to know that line of where you don't need to listen to that feedback of like, all right, it's just animosity, it's just like vitriol for the sake of it, or things like that. So that's been a big learning thing, and I guess when we actually ship this game and like it's out there in the open for everyone to give feedback on, that'll be the real test of how well we've internalized these lessons, I guess. I see DD's single player. Yes, it's single player only. The reason for that, like, we thought about multiplayer, but it was partly like a resource reason. Like, we're still a small team, and like networking and like even like hot swapping like hot seat multiplayer is a difficult thing, because that like multiplayer imply like you need balancing, whereas with this game being single player only PvE, you can have an imbalanced game as long as it's fun. But because you just balance it towards the player and their enjoyment. But PvP, it needs to be balanced towards both sides. So it's a lot more difficult and a lot more time consuming. And frankly, like as developers, we're way more experienced in single player games. Like that's what we've spent decades doing. So for our first outing as a game, as a studio, like we decided to go that route, like play more towards our strengths and really play them up and really push those as far as we can. And the other was well, we really wanted to tell a compelling story, so all our resources went into that of the single player campaign. And for co-op, we didn't want to go that route because of I'm guessing, Didi, you mean like online co-op, and that brings its own set of development and features and technical requirements on the consoles to have networking going on. Geez, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. By the way, if you want to, this is Sam. This is our design director.
Hi, Sam.
Hey, just say hello, Sam. Hey, guys.
Everyone say hello to Sam. Oh, no. Yay.
Hey.
Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Welcome to the stream.
Thank you.
Yeah, DD Rossler also says, not sure if you've heard of Card Hunters, but that game is somewhat similar and co-op is a lot of fun. Killing monsters with friends is always a blast. It's true, but this is fun as a single player game, you guys. I'm just saying. But yeah, how is your experience on this, Sam, so far? Especially with the release date coming up so soon.
Oh, it's been actually pretty awesome.
Yeah?
Like the challenge of it was pretty high, of trying to merge so many things together into a whole that makes sense. And you know, like doing that with the team was, and the playtester was actually pretty rewarding, and it turned out pretty what I wanted, maybe even higher. So I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, for a first game as a studio, this is incredibly polished, and this is even like
Thanks.
the full game, I believe. I think I have the beta version.
So that's your first try on the second map, is that it?
This is this is the first time I've ever like played it or anything. And it is awesome. I don't know if I'm playing it well.
Nah, so far so good. So,
Hoping.
have you figured the symbols and the dice so far?
Yes, so far.
I should just watch you play and decide that for myself.
Oh, I'm hoping. Oh god.
That's good.
Great. Oh. Cool.
That's good, because Pester is a good range character. The more card he has and the less turn you have to actually waste for him to get card, the better.
Yeah, no.
And Nami is more like a living Gatling gun.
Yeah, I guess like was one of the... Well, I don't know the challenges of the game, but like, would you say one of the challenges was like really trying to figure out the balance of the game?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Oh yeah, like, what was, I guess, the biggest challenge for you personally, maybe?
The biggest challenge, I would say, to it's a bit technical, but before being anything else, this game is a tactical RPG. Like, there's card, there's dice, but I wanted to make sure that the core experience of a tactical RPG would come out. And to do that, I needed to make sure that the cards and the dice were deep, but didn't take too much space. And that ended up being quite a lot of exploration on my part to tweak just right. like, okay, sure, there's a lot of different types of cards, and you'll explore that as you play along. But I want all of those cards to feel unique, and I want your dice to feel special when you get them. But I also want to make sure that, despite all that, you're playing characters on a grid-based tactical level that reminds you of the older games that didn't have those features, because that's part of what we all love. And I didn't want the new feature to take too much space and steal that away from the player. So I'd say that would have been my biggest challenge in production.
Hello, Eleanor. Awesome. Nice to see you in the chat. We're playing. Oh god. We're playing Children of the Zodiarcs. You guys didn't know.
Yeah, I loved Card Hunters. Played quite a little bit. Yep.
Can Jason hear us or no?
Have you played Card Hunters? We all played Card Hunters.
Yes, I've played Card Hunters as well.
Oh no, I didn't even realize there were more enemies.
I remember when the Card Hunters was announced. I think it was in the PAX West or East. I forget which one. Indian Mega Booth of 2015 or 14. Maybe 15. But yeah, when it was announced, I was like, oh no! Oh no! Oh, like the tactical turn-based grid and then grid-based with the cards aspect. And I was like, oh no, we're following this because it did look really awesome at when they first showed it off. And then yeah, when I finally got the chance to play it when they had their beta, I joined up. I signed up for their beta to try it out as soon as I could. And yeah, it was a very cool game. They did like a lot of really interesting stuff. Like, I mean, I love their visual treatment of like the D&D table with the little standees. And you got like the chips and Cheetos and stuff on the table. So adorable. But yeah, but it is a very different game from Cause, which was awesome, and just kind of showed how much range of experiences that having something like, all right, tactical grid-based combat and cards, like how many different things you can still do with that. So that's cool. Like, and it's really cool that we get to add Cause to that landscape of like just what's there and in that range. And like, I mean, it's really cool that a lot more games nowadays are exploring the ideas of cards and dice in video games and not just adapting board games one-to-one from physical to digital. Yeah, so I mean, this is, at least for me, like this is kind of really exciting time because I like tactical, I like turn-based, and I like cards. So it's cool, very cool.
Awesome, yeah. Yeah, you mentioned you kickstarted this. How did you find like the whole crowdfunding aspect of it?
She's asking about how we found the Kickstarter and crowdfunding aspect and stuff like that.
Big experience.
He says it's a big experience, and I'm going to completely agree with that. It's nerve-wracking. It's a lot of work, and we knew that going in. We'd heard that, all right, it's a month of prep, a month during, and then a month afterward of work. Yeah, it kind of turned out to be that. And like, we'd been studying and following crowdfunding since like, was it 2013 when Double Fine had the big breakout, and then everything kind of toppled in after that. And yeah, so a little bit prepared, not going in entirely blind, but while the content was there on the page, the video was there, like it was nice, the actual content was laid out in a very logical way and it was easy to read, all that kind of stuff, all the lessons learned. But the thing that we weren't prepared for was the human aspect of the backers, of the work that they don't tell you about. No one ever does talk about when it comes to crowdfunding campaigns, of like constantly getting messages of the same question again and again.
Yes.
But always a little bit different, so you can't just full on copy paste. And of that when a campaign ends, you're gonna have like a large amount of failed pledges, and you have kind of 2 weeks to get that sorted out. And then so things like that. We trying to like make sure that we deliver like good, actually meaningful updates frequently enough, planning those out. But then there's also the aspect of like that again wasn't really expecting at all, of the pressure of it, and not just in terms of the pressure of it's got to succeed, because we were actually super fortunate in that, like, yeah, we had the help of Square Enix Collective promoting it. We were very fortunate that we hit our goal in 42 hours, of 50,000 Canadian goal in that amount of time. So it was really awesome. And then it was about, all right, how do we push it further? But like during, like, every Kickstarter campaign has a peak in the beginning, a valley, and then another peak at the end. Like how stressful that peak that valley in the middle is. Just like it's nuts. Like you feel so powerless, like, because it's like I'm trying all these things, but nothing's working. I don't know what to do. This is like really weird. Like, but it's just the natural flow of any crowdfunding campaign. You have that valley in the middle, and then it was also the pressure of like you're asking for you are asking for a lot of trust from the audience, that, and it's like there's a real pressure to deliver, and that follows you throughout the production until I guess we reach the end. And the game is in there, like on shelves or digital shelves and all that. But it's like, yeah, they trusted us. They put their so much faith in us that, like, even if it is like a $20 Canadian pledge, that's $20 that could be spent on so many other things. And so like just how humbling and how grateful we are that they were willing to trust us and give it pledge it towards our game, in the hopes of like making it happen, in the hopes of like having something that's enjoyable, and what they wanted it to be, what they were promised when all things are over. Thankfully, like, so we've already sent the game out to backers, like the alpha and the beta, and its reception's been super positive. It's been really, really cool. Yeah. So we're very happy about that, and like I'm very happy we were able to deliver what people were expecting, that their trust was not misplaced, and that we do thank them. And one of the other kind of troubles that we had to deal with going into the Kickstarter was 4 or 5 months before we launched the campaign. 2 Kickstarter campaigns ran into a lot of controversy. Unsung Story, which they did like 900,000 or 500,000 US, but then like around like a few months before we launched our campaign, and like, hey, we're not working on it still. We don't have anything, and they just stopped talking to anyone, and then so people's trust was broken, and that was our audience as well. And then Project Phoenix, I think, yeah, Project Phoenix.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it came out. It was told that, yeah, exact same thing. Like, yeah, we don't have a team. We almost maybe have a programmer, and like that was like a year and a half after their campaign ended. So yeah, again, like the broken trust. So it was a big priority for us to make sure that we raise the bar. and like really show something that that what we're saying is not just words, that we're backing it up with an actual game, with something you can play, and that was what we were promising. Yeah, it was kind of, so that was a nice challenge. That was fun.
Fun little challenge.
I guess that's a weird setup of switching helmets, but yeah, it was humbling. I felt that to have our game, which were kind of somewhat advanced at the time of the Kickstarter, enough that we had what we believe was the good core, and that we were asking people, well, you're not seeing much. I hope you're liking what you see, because this is the promise. This is what we're gonna make out of it, and we were expecting somewhat of a good reaction, but not to the extent of what we got. But we were surprised at how many people got excited over the what we had managed to show, and also of the many questions that we actually received. Most of which were very good questions, like concern of, I hope that the cards are not gonna take all the place and blah blah blah. And trying to, like Jason was saying, answer those questions again and again was a good learning experience for us too. This was basically our fault of when we created the Kickstarter page. The messaging was not clear enough in those regards. Like and that's something that we learned on the on the fly, basically.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of learning on the fly. Didi wants to bring you $20 to the office. Nice.
Yeah, I can see that. I see that. So, yep, I'd say that the Kickstarter actually focused us a lot on the production and direction sense of the game. Like, we had what we wanted to actually do, and when we realized people were attracted to it in enough of a way that it was worth getting our hopes up and actually motivation up to complete the whole production.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. If you guys have any last minute questions, we will be wrapping up the stream a little bit, I mean, not too soon, but in like 5 minutes we'll be wrapping up the stream, so throw in any questions if you need to, but yeah. Is there anything you... Oh.
Yeah, well, back to question.
Yes. Hello.
Hello, hello. You back? The game is really pretty, Refill.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like Erica and Michael, they did a really amazing job, especially with like the other contract artists that we had, Gwendolyn Huzlo, Julian Ebenheim, Amber Harris, yeah, like Kyle, and yeah, so many. It was really awesome to work with so many great people.
Didi, it's not where's the closest pizza place, it's what's the best pizza place. You gotta get them quality pizza for that game key.
Maybe for her, but like, I don't know, we're more like dirty pizza by the slice. Yeah, just bring it in.
But if
like
you're gonna have free pizza, you might as well have the quality pizza.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Delicious quality. Delicious dirty pizza. The best.
Oh, I noticed you wrote Hawaiian pizza.
Yeah, yeah, the whole debate of pineapple on the pizza.
It's a real debate. And I am on the side of no pineapple on the pizza.
No, that's it's refreshing. It's a nice contrast of tastes. Hawaiian, yay! I don't know, maybe like it's more of it's less of an East Coast thing, more of a West Coast. I don't know, but you're
I'm from West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly. So.
Who knows?
Yeah, true. Pizza 2222222.
Yeah. Any last minute questions? If not, we're gonna pretty much wrap up the stream. The game comes out July 13th?
18th. Yeah.
So close, but yeah. Comes out July 18th on Steam.
PS4. Steam
and PS4. Which I knew off the top of my head. I'm not lying. But yeah, so honestly, guys, I was listening to them, but also I was trying not to like interrupt them all the time by saying how much fun I was having, because it's a really fun game.
I'm glad. Really happy you're saying that.
Yeah. Eleanor, awesome. Thank you for making this game in all caps.
Thank you, Sam, for doing a great job on this game as well.
Good job, Cardboard Utopia.
Thank you, team.
Yes. Oh, quick question, actually. Why Cardboard Utopia? Why the name?
Yeah, so why Cardboard Utopia? The name Cardboard Utopia, well, yeah, we have 3 minutes. I can fit it in. It's a bit of a reference to the North Korean propaganda village, I guess you can call it, Kijongdong, where it's like on the North Korean side of the DMZ between North and South Korea, where it's like, hey, look how awesome we are, look how prosperous we are. We got 4-story buildings and we got a giant flagpole. Like really awesome, like meant to be like, like, hey, come over to our side, go on and defect. But the thing is, like, when people, when the South Koreans like inspected it, like, observing it from a distance, they realized that no one lived there.
Oh.
That there's no furniture in any of the buildings. There's no glass in the windows. It was all like just for show. That it's just this, like, even the people walking around were either cleaning crew or soldiers in civilian clothing, and it was like, it was meant to be like, yeah, look at this utopia, an example of what we have, it's amazing, but it was completely hollow, completely empty, that it is just a shell, and a very flimsy shell at that. So that's kind of where the name kind of came, originated from. At least that's what was brought up. But when we start to think about it, we realize it actually meant a lot. A big thing was just kind of how, when we're young, like, building like forts and things out of any material that you have, that you're using cardboard and making yourself a little castle with like couch cushions and stuff, and in your imagination, like, yeah, this thing's made of cardboard, but it's just, it means so much, like, it's anything and it's everything in your mind, and you can enjoy it way more than what it actually physically is in the real world. And so, like, that was a kind of like a big thing as well, of like capturing the like fun, enjoyment, imagination, and like how much we remember these things and doing these little activities, and being creative and exploring, and with what was provided to us. And that was like, it's just like such a positive thing that was really amazing, that we felt really fit. And then the kind of the other fringe side of it was also that it's a bit of a reaction and a reminder of why a lot of us have gone indie, that, like, as a reaction to like big blockbuster games that are they're amazing looking, yeah. Like they show in commercials like wow moments, woo, I'm being chased by a falling building filled with giraffes, and but like it's still a very hollow, empty experience. And like so like that's kind of a bit of a like just like a guide, a flagpole to to guide us, of like, this is like what we're doing is a reaction to these types of games, that we do want to make things that are amazing, but then when you peel back the layers, they're still more amazing, and more, like, just under there. So yeah, like this kind of this idea that the name just has, for us, just has so many layers and so many meanings and interpretations of it, really fit what we want to do with the games that we make about like very multi-layered and a lot of depth, and that a person can dig into it and interpret things in their own way, and yeah, so like it just kind of really amazingly fit with what we're doing. Of course, the downside is people think we make board games. Yeah. So.
I mean, you're inspired by it, I guess, for.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The cause is like it's got a heavy, like it's on its sleeve, you know, the board game influence. But that's not like a full direction for what we want to do. If you know, knock on wood and everything, we're still able to make games after this. Yeah, and but it's just kind of funny. I guess we have a problem with our names being misinterpreted a lot, like since day one. Yeah, that's my fault. I'm sorry. That being said, you were kind of involved. You were involved with the name of the game.
I was?
Yeah. But I mean, it was mostly me and Damien.
Watching an argument.
Yeah, me and Damien.
Yeah.
The what?
I did take a picture of cardboard.
Yeah.
And show that what define us. Mountains of cardboard when we actually set up the office.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I loved that. Yeah, yeah, because like when we moved into gameplay space, there was all this IKEA furniture to put together, and like there was a gigantic mountain of cardboard in the corner of the office, and so like yeah, of course we posed with it and everything. It was pretty awesome.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. Totally want to write a story about that now. I know the origin. The origin story of your studio name. Perfect. Very good. That's fun. Thanks for showing off the awesome game I did that. You're welcome, Didi, and thank you again for the 100 bits and for 2.
Oh, you were actually untangling wires during this whole time. Oh no.
Yeah, that's the struggle of wires and technology these days.
Yeah. Like at least not Christmas lights. Not Christmas yet. Wait until August.
Yeah, that's a whole other worry. That would take like a 2-hour stream, maybe. Maybe 3 hours. Yeah. So that's it for us. If you guys have any super last-minute questions, you can throw it in. But yeah, this is Children of Zodiarcs. They're Cardboard Utopia. You can follow them on Twitter at Cardboard Utopia, or Facebook Cardboard Utopia. Everything's Cardboard Utopia. Yeah, you can wishlist their game on Steam right now. It's coming out July 18th. It's awesome. Highly recommend. And we're Kitfox Games. I'm part of Kitfox Games. And you can follow us on Twitter, Kitfox Games, Facebook, Kitfox Games, all of that fun stuff. And we have a game coming out called The Shrouded Isle in August. And their art director, Erica, is actually working on our game too. So, the connections.
Yeah, we're two studios really tangled together.
Seriously, yeah. Right. Thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Thank you very much for having us.
Goodbye.
All right. Bye.